Let me ask you a question. How important do you think team morale is? If you're talking about a sports team or a work team or a family or a group of friends, if morale's low, what kind of impact do you think that has? Well, let me tell you, I recently got asked by a leader, John, the morale of my team is down. What can I do to increase the morale? I'll share with you the 3 simple things I gave Paula when Paula asked me that question. What happened for Paula? Paula's results are amazing. It's a cool story. And you can use these 3 things to raise the morale of your team as well. Today, I'm part of a 2-person team, just me and my doggy Candy. Candy and I are out for a walk in nature. One of the things that we do to help raise our own morale. And so let's talk about Paula and what happened for her. But first, let me just say, my name's John Boggs. I'm the founder of the Business and Leadership Division of the Brave Thinking Institute, where I also serve as CEO. And welcome to Monday Morning Mindset, where transformational leaders transform ordinary into extraordinary with simple principles that work. So Paula calls, John, how do I raise morale? And I shared with her some simple things. I said, first, Paula, what's going on? What do you mean that the team is down, the morale's bad? What's happening? And she said, you know, John, we used to be a high-performing team. We were ranked nationally in our industry, and she's in the copy business. And lately, we've been doing so bad. We're one of the worst shops in the nation. And recently, our manager called and said they're canceling all of our bonuses for the 4th quarter because of how poor our profitability is. And my team is just feeling devastated. What can I do? So I said to Paula, let me just give you 3 simple things that you can do. 2 that you can do immediately and you can not only do them immediately, you can do them ongoing, and they'll help keep you from getting in a position like this again. And then the 3rd thing that you can do that's a little bit more hidden and yet highly powerful. She said, great. So the first tool I gave Paula was what I call random appreciation. Step 1, random appreciation. She said, what does that mean? I said, set a reminder in your phone that on a weekly basis that you're going to call a random team member up and you're going to share something that they've done that you appreciate, that's out of the ordinary. Not the normal thing like thank you for hitting your sales quota. No, something they did out of the ordinary. And report back to me next week how it goes. So the end of the next week, Paula calls me and said, oh my God, John, check this out. I got the ping on my phone, share a random appreciation, and what came to me was 2 days earlier, one of the gals in another department, not even in my department, had sent me an email about a question I had asked, and she didn't only answer that question, but she shared a bunch of other information she thought I might want. And so I called her up and I said, I just want to share with you how much I appreciate that you not only gave me the answer, but you gave me the other information. I really felt like you cared about making sure I had everything I needed. And I know that we practice anticipating wants and seeking to exceed expectations. And I just want to say thank you for what you did. Well, interestingly enough, that person in another department felt so wonderful about feeling appreciated that she wound up telling the story to someone at dinner the next night. That generated a lead for Paula's team, and Paula closed a deal. She could see a direct result from sharing the appreciation to more business for her team. And I said, right on, Paula. Here's the second step. The second step, because here's the reason that matters, frankly, the first step is people want to feel seen. One of the ways to keep morale up is for people to feel seen. So good job helping that person feel seen. The next step is for you to make sure that your team feels heard. So regarding these challenges that you're facing, what can you do to help them feel heard? And we crafted a plan where she would get the team together and they would have a chance to share their concerns, to share their fears, to get it out on the table. Because when people feel a pent-up problem or a concern and they don't think people really are aware of how bad it is for them, it festers. It's really as at times there's an attitude in some management that says, don't let them share about it because that's just going to inflame it. Well, here's the deal. Once you get it out on the table, you can shine the light of truth and dissipate the negative energy. And so Paula did that. Paula got her team together. She had them share, how do you feel about losing our bonuses for the fourth quarter? How do you think we got in this position? What do you think we can do about it? And she let them vent and let them get their frustrations out and help them feel truly heard. Now, let me make sure that we're clear. Really helping someone feel heard is not just about some of the tools that we're all aware of. Maybe you've heard of active listening, where you're really paying close attention and you're making sure that they know you're focused on what they're saying. That can be helpful, certainly. Or repeating back what they say. That's another active listening tool where you're able to repeat the words back. Those are both wonderful, but in my mind, really helping someone feel heard is more about listening for the true intent or spirit of what they're sharing. And then as you're repeating it back, say, is the essence of what you're sharing really about this? The frustration around the bonuses is the fact that you feel like you're working hard and something's been taken away and you're really looking for what you can do to replace it in some way. Is that really what we're looking for? And helping them truly feel validated and heard is very important. Paula reported back, oh my God, here's what's interesting, John. We actually didn't solve the problem. We're still not going to get our bonuses for the fourth quarter, but my team felt like I truly understand the struggle that they've been having and that we're all in this together. It was an amazing experience letting them vent, get it out, and then asking ourselves, okay, what are we going to do now? And then move past it. It was beautiful. And I said, great, Paula, good job on the second tool. Now for the third one. The third one's a little trickier. The third one is about truly finding out what they're motivated to create from the inside, not from the outside. Bonuses, salaries, these things are external motivators. The seventh hidden law of leadership states, the law of massive motivation, that intrinsic motivators are far more powerful than extrinsic motivators. That's a fancy way of saying what is inside someone is far more motivating than what is outside of them. So I said, Paula, sit down and ask your people, what truly motivates you? What gets you up in the morning? What do you love? Who do you care about? What's your purpose for doing this beyond a paycheck? Really find out what someone's internal motivations are, and you will unlock massive motivation, and that'll increase the morale. So she sat down with each person on her team and she asked them that question. And as a group, they generated an idea. And the idea to raise the spirit of their team was to come up with a team mascot. They decided to call themselves the Tigers. And by being the Tigers, they began to ask themselves, what are the characteristics that embody truly being a tiger, truly going after what we want to go after? And they created a little tiger logo and a little tiger emblem, and they put a tiger on their goal board, and it was really cute what they created. And all of a sudden, they began to create this spirit in what they were doing that was just infectious, and the sales numbers started to rise. And not only did the sales numbers begin to rise, but they actually blew the doors off of what their fourth quarter goals were. In fact, their fourth quarter was so full of spirit, the morale was so high, Paula had created such amazing results that the company couldn't ignore the fact that they had moved from last place to first place in the nation. And so what did they do? They not only gave them the normal bonus, but they gave them an extra bonus because they had caught up the entire year in the fourth quarter. So they were no longer not profitable. They had made up for the entire thing. It was an amazing experience. And Paula had helped the team increase their morale. And you can do this, and I can do this. Let's increase our morale by helping people feel seen, helping them feel heard, and helping them truly tap into what their actual motivations are. You do that, and you're going to be even a greater transformational leader. So my challenge to you is leave a comment below. How does this impact you? And let me ask you this. Who do you know that could use increased team morale. Share this video with them. If you're new to the community, let me say welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Go ahead and click follow or subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can find out when the next video is coming out. Until then, remember, think bravely and act boldly.